Alright boys, welcome back to the Prepared Fowler, and today we are just going to be talking about a general topic that I feel like is not really discussed enough in the community, or what is a community. I have another separate topic for another day, I guess, of us not really being a community, seeing as how we are the most piranha-esque individuals that I know of. I don't think the fucking gays go after each other like this, or they might. I'm not sure. I'm not really in that community, but you know what I mean. I don't, see baseball players going after each other like this. I don't see even the bro vets go after each other like this. But if we're on the same level as the bro vets in the 2A community, then we fucked up somewhere along the way. Let's get this out of the way early. Your rifle is 100% fine. No, I mean generally, really, it is fine. Stop crying. Stop looking at the price tag on that $2,000 LMT you saw on Instagram, and just listen to me. All right, because here's the truth. Most of you don't need a Gucci rifle. I mean, maybe at some point we do, but the reality is you need trigger time. If you're still missing a 12-inch silhouette at 50 yards, you do not need a new gun. What you need to do is get better at shooting. That's not to say I'm some Chris Kyle Navy SEAL level shooter, but I'm not under the myth that all this cool stuff that I put on here is somehow going to make that 12-inch silhouette 10 times larger. So today's video I've so cleverly called is You Suck and Your Rifle is Fine. Yeah, I can kind of agree that it is a little blunt, but you'll thank me later. All right. So first step is let's talk about the gear trap. I see this all the time. People get so caught up chasing the best rifle or the best optic or the best trigger, thinking it'll magically make them a better shooter. Spoiler alert, it definitely will not. That $3,000 rifle with the space-age handguard isn't going to help if you can't manage recoil, can't acquire your sights, and you can't run your gun under stress. Look, I really do. I do love my Gucci rifles. This is my current GPR style setup. And I love them as much as the next guy. And yeah, I've got some nice stuff. But the thing is, if you spend your entire budget on a rifle that looks like it belongs in a Call of Duty cutscene and you have nothing left for ammo or training, you just bought yourself a really expensive paperweight. The gun is not the magic ingredient. You are. It's that fucking age-old adage that you hear everyone who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about. They say it's not the Indian, or it's not the arrow, it's the Indian. And it's true. So here's the deal. Buy a rifle you can afford. If you're in the market for something, what I literally recommend absolutely everyone is this. This is the AT3 alternator. In ODG, comes with a pretty plain muzzle device, works just fine, is incredibly easy to operate, easy to suppress, and is easy to build out. And then you have a giant amount of money available left for ammo and range fees and classes. So if you're in the market, check out AT3. It's the alternator, the flatline, and they have one other in this series of rifle, but it's, in my opinion, it is an equivalent almost like a BCM. I'd say slightly above an arrow rifle, but below a BCM. So it's somewhere in there. And once you buy that rifle, make sure you can feed it. Training is the most expensive part of owning a firearm. And speaking of feeding your rifle, check out Deltaco Munitions, this channel's ammo sponsor. You need 300 blackout, 9mm, 5.56, and soon to be 8.6 blackout. They have it. They're Michigan's premier ammo manufacturer. So if you support small business, veteran-owned businesses, then check out Deltaco Munitions. Trust them with your life. At least if you plan to, own a firearm properly. And people often forget that. Ammo, range fees, classes, that's where the real money goes. And that's a good thing, because that's where you actually get better. Think of it like a car. Would you rather have a Lamborghini that sits in the garage because you can't afford gas, or a Toyota you can actually drive every day, get good at handling, and can take on road trips? For me, I'll take the Toyota, all right? A reliable, affordable rifle that you train with is 10 times more effective than the 3K Safe Queen you're too scared to scratch. So here's the secret sauce in general. If you don't got the money for a ton of training, a ton of classes, or a ton of ammo, dry fire is going to save your day. I know some of you are thinking, Dylan, ammo is expensive, and I get it. I've been there too. All right, I'm a dad. All right, I want to take my daughter out every single weekend to see the world. I want to take my wife out every now and then. I want to get my mom gifts for Mother's Day and her birthday and shit. But the secret sauce comes in the form of dry fire. Dry fire, at least in my opinion, is criminally underrated. It costs nothing but time and builds the kind of muscle memory that actually makes you smooth and fast and consistent when you do go to the range. Sight picture, trigger control, reloads, malfunction drills, all of that can be done in your living room. Yeah, it might feel a little silly at first. It might be hard to get in the routine of it. But standing there to shoot bad guys in your hallway, it works. All right, trust me, it pays off. The internet is absolutely full of amazing dry fire routines, but even just 10 minutes a night can make you more proficient. And the cool part is when you finally do hit the range with live fire, you'll actually see the difference. Your groups will tighten up, your reloads will get faster, you will look less like a guy panicking at the buzzer and more like someone who knows what they're doing. So here's the golden rule. Gear doesn't create skill. It just amplifies it. High-end optics, better triggers, nice barrels, all that stuff is awesome, but it doesn't turn you into John Wick overnight. It allows skilled shooters to push performance even further. All right. So earn the upgrades. Spend a few months or even a year getting to know your rifle, building your fundamentals, putting in those dry fire reps. And when you decide to upgrade, you'll actually feel the difference and know exactly why you're buying that next piece of gear. So to wrap this up, do not buy a weapon so expensive you can't train with it. This looks like a pretty slick build, and it really is. But, I put a lot of time, energy, and effort putting this together. I put my own heart and soul into it, and I really did build this on my own. I bought a vise just for my fucking table here so I could put it together in my house. All right, dry fire a lot, especially right now when ammo feels like it's priced per ounce like gold. Don't get caught in the hype. All right, gear doesn't replace the skill, it just highlights whether you've got it or not. If you're new to firearms, don't be afraid to ask questions. There are a ton of experienced shooters who are happy to help you, myself included. And if you want me to make a video walking through some of the dry fire drills that I do, drop a comment down below and let me know. You can find them in my shorts feed all the time. I probably post one a week. All right. Your rifle is fine. You do not need to spend thousands to be ready. You need to train. You need to put in the reps, and you need to focus on becoming a better shooter. Because at the end of the day, that's what will save your ass and your life, not a fancy roll mark on your receiver. So thanks for watching, boys. I really do appreciate it. I think we all have work to do, whether it's pistol or rifle. The best thing we can do is get out, go train, and actually do the things necessary that are going to make us better. All right, so get out, go train. You've got work to do, so do I, and I'll see you in the next one.